Jim Davidson, the person. I'm married to a very special and lovely wife, have 4 children and 8 grandchildren. Hobbies outside of business include my garage toy, which is a replica of a 1966 Shelby Cobra. This is a car that I built 25 years ago and have ran it on many tracks in both Canada and the US, as well as driven it with my wife all over the place. This car has been to St. Louis, Missouri, and Thunder Bay, and Cape Cod, and PEI, and Quebec, and my goodness, all over the place. Anyway, you get the picture. I like the car. I'm also a hacker golfer. I try at the game. I don't do as well as I wish or want to do, but I continue to play the game. I stopped playing hockey a year ago, but continue to be very active on the recreation side. I work out at a gym pretty much 5 days a week. Part of that is playing squash, which I do 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days a week, in which case my knees start to remind me I probably shouldn't do that. But I'm probably in better shape than certainly some people, and maybe a lot of people for my age. Armbro Transport. Armbro is a very mature 55-year-old company that needs to change or upgrade or refresh for the benefit of all, including customers, employees, and shareholders, and that will be my task at this very moment. I will be looking to provide more services, extending our geography. For example, we recently began serving the greater Cincinnati area to and from Toronto, providing next day services between those 2 points, including heat and hazmat. And when we add those services, I believe that by itself represents a differentiator from our competition. We are also looking at providing similar services, expanding into the U.S. or between points in the U.S. during this coming year. We'll be looking at different market segments that Armbro has historically avoided in the past, and we're currently reviewing some of those markets, for example, retail, that we have typically not been a part of, to see whether or not that's something that we should be in as well. In addition, Armbro's logistics services is a very good service providing supply chain solutions throughout North America as well as offshore. While this has been primarily transportation services, we are also reviewing this service offering with the intention of expanding into truly supply chain solutions. Well, as a 18-year-old fresh out of high school, I went to work at Ford Motor Company in Oakville. I started there as a biller because I could type, and that's what I needed to get that job. And through the following 17 years there, I did just about everything there was to do within the traffic department, or transportation and logistics, if you like. When I left there 17 years later, I was a material control manager. I left to better myself. I moved from Oakville to Windsor, took a job with a small family-owned trucking company. Thought I knew everything there was to know about transportation and logistics. Second day on the job, I discovered rather abruptly that I didn't know much at all about the provider side of the services. I knew lots about the buyer side, certainly from Ford and the automotive side perspective. But from the provider side, it was a whole new world, and that was a very steep learning curve for me. 2.5 years there, and then I joined TNT Overland Express. In the following 18 years, I moved around at different TNT companies in both Canada and the US. I was with 4 different TNT divisions, ending up being the head of TNT North America. My last 4 years with them, reporting at that time, my boss was based in Amsterdam. We were owned by the Dutch Post Office. That position took me to Europe on average every third week over a period of 4 years, or more than 50 times over 4 years, representing North America on 2 different boards, the logistics board and the senior board for TPG. Following TNT, I joined the Wheels Group, and in 8 years at the Wheels Group, I joined there, or went there, introduced a light asset model. They were non-asset at that point, so this was an addition to their service offering. And I became the president and CEO of the Wheels Group. Did very well there. And when I left there, after 8 years, started Performance Logistics in 2010. And Performance Logistics today continues to grow and prosper and is doing quite well. It's a light asset-based division serving the automotive industry, providing transportation services, moving parts for assembly. And most recently joined Armbro Transport. Armbro is a 55-year-plus old company, very mature company. It is ready for change and refreshing. And at the moment, that would be my task, to make the necessary changes to move Armbro forward into the future successfully.